everybody, this is Debbie from the Inspiration Station. It's been a while since I've made a video. I have been busy crafting. I just haven't had time to actually videotape what I'm doing. So I thought I'd put together a quick video showing what I've been doing, which is working with a lot of sketches from Allison Davis. Allison Davis is with Scrapbook Generations, and she does a free sketch every month on their website. But she also offered a class. It was a class that wasn't supposed to be a class. She puts out books of collections of sketches, and I did that. I bought that, and it included a group on Facebook where you could get additional sketch examples, different configurations using the same sketch, and share your work with everyone. And it's been a fabulous group. I love the program. I love the class, all the information she gives. Now, I can't share the sketches from that with you because that's paid content. However, the sketch that I'm working with today was a free sketch. It's the April 2014 free sketch, and you can find that on the Scrapbook Generation website, and I will try to put a link below so you can go get that if you'd like. What I liked about this sketch is that it's very simple. I'm a very simple scrapbooker. I don't do a lot of layers. I don't do a lot of embellishment. And so this focuses on the photos. It gets more than one photo on a page, which is important to me. I think for very special photos, it's nice to have a single photo on the page, but for most of my scrapbooking, I like to do more than one. I have a lot of photos from a single event, or, you know, in the case today, what I'm going to be scrapping is some pictures of my adorable grandson, which unfortunately you can't see his adorable little face because I've got it covered up for privacy reasons. But I bought him a water table because he absolutely loves playing in the water. And so this was just a couple of pictures of him and his dog playing in the water table. And it worked out perfectly that this sketch used 3 photos. So I printed them to the size that they show on the sketch, which is 2.5 by 3.5. And I print those at home. So I was able to get those, and you'll see I went a little crazy, I think, with the star punches because there are star embellishments on here. I won't be using them all, but what I do is whenever I work with a paper and I'm going to use punches, I use all my scraps and I punch out pieces, extra pieces. So in this case, I used a couple of Fiskars punches and an EK Success punch. I love them all. This one, however, because it's so small and so detailed, you really can't punch through cardstock. Pattern paper, it's fine. Cardstock, it's really hard. So what I found I had to do with it was actually only put one star in at a time so that it would punch, because if I tried to put something in and do them all, it wouldn't go through. So that's just a heads up if you happen to have this punch. It doesn't work with really thick cardstock. So let's get started here. You can see that I have all of my papers cut. And that's what I like about Allison's sketches is she does put down all the measurements so you can cut things ahead of time. She gives ideas of where to place things. And then she does a lot of stitching on her page. I'm not going to do that. That's just not my thing. But you can see where I'm at with this. So the base of the background is 6 by 10, and I just used a solid piece of cardstock because you'll see I have a lot of color going on here. And I really liked that this color was almost exact match for his shirt. So that was my base. One of the other things that Allison is known for in her sketches is using thin stripes, strips of stripes, and the sketch calls for 1/4 inch. I went a little thicker than that. It's maybe 3/8 or 1/2 inch, just because I just wanted that added push there. Then she used banners, and there are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different banners and various widths. And so that's what I have here. Now, if you've never made a banner, they're really easy to do. You can use your scissors. A lot of people will just use the scissors and cut up the middle and then cut from the corners into the middle. Another way to do that is to use a hexagon punch. If you have a hexagon punch, you can actually stick it in and line it up like this and just punch, and you get a nice banner. I only have this big hexagon, so it only works on the wider papers, otherwise you don't get much. But I found a little hack, if you will, and that is to use, oops, let me find, I have to cut this off now because I used it, is to use a star punch. Now you feed it in from the opposite direction. So you turn the punch over and you put it in from the back and feed this under. And it's gonna give me trouble now because I tore it instead of cut it. But you feed it in underneath that, just like that. Let me get it lined up. There we go. Here's my other strip. So it has to be thinner than the actual legs of the star. But if you put it in that way, you can punch it. I've also used a square punch at times. You don't get quite the angle, but that's what we're going to do. So we're going to punch these and make our banners. I've already cut the length, which is 10 inches. So we have our banner pieces. Give me a minute. And for the thinner ones, I will use the star because I think that works better for the thinner ones. You get a little bit more of an angled piece. And somebody's missing. I think I'm missing one here. Oh, here it is. That was the one I had done previously. So we have all of our banners. We have our stripe strip. That's going to go on there. These are going to line up. I think I had my orange one over here. So we're going to have something like that. They're all going to line up at the top. We're going to have our photos go on here. Look how easy this page goes together. And then I have all these little stars, which are going to end up sprinkled up here somehow to come down. I have a title. I used a chipboard title. I'm going to put on here, Cool Kid. My journaling will go down here. And one of the things on the sketch that I saw was that she had some of the stars put on top of stitched circles. And again, I'm not going to do the stitching, but I did find that I had a circle die, stitch circle die. This one here from Creative Expressions, it has a whole bunch of them, and the smallest one worked perfect. So I'm going to glue these little stars onto those and use those as embellishments on here. And then we'll see where we go from there. So come back in a minute and I should have this all put together. We'll see how it looks. Okay, so I'm back with my completed page. You can see that I added a whole bunch of stars. I added all the embellishments over here, added my title. I put this journaling card here just to hold the place because I didn't do the journaling yet, but that's where it's going to go. And you can see here's the original sketch. And I stayed pretty true to what Allison did. The only thing is that I made this corner come out a lot more than what she had. So anyway, that's my page. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a thumbs up, comment, or subscribe. I am going to try to do more videos coming up, and we'll see how that goes. So thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.